Welcome to episode 12 of Green Eggs and Ham. This is part one of a two-part series on Hillsborough River State Park. We're coming to you from Site 36, and I'd like to give you an overview of the site before we head out into the park. Here's the trailer we use. It's an A212HW by Forest River. And as we walk around the back, you can see the gray water tank along with our water and electric hookups. The unit has air conditioning and a boatload of other features in a 21-foot package. As we come around the other side, you can see here just how close together these sites are in this particular loop of the campground. And we are using a clam easy up or quick shelter. You can set it up in under a minute if you know how to do it and you know what you're doing. You can see here it's a pretty tight campsite as we swing around to the entry side of our camper. And you can see that we also have a propane grill for times when we just don't want to cook over the fire, which isn't often. I do use a camp stove to make breakfast and camp coffee just to keep the heat out of the trailer, even though it has air conditioning. With that, let's get started and take a look at Hillsborough River State Park. You'll find quite a few animals in their natural elements here at Hillsborough River State Park. You'll find raccoons, the red-shouldered hawk, the eastern gray squirrel, along with armored catfish and even raccoons. Those animals will show up at your campsite just like this eastern gray squirrel did. You'll also want to be careful of alligators. When we visited in June, it was nesting and mating season, which makes them very aggressive. So if you have dogs, keep them on a leash and make sure that they are nowhere near bodies of water or swampy areas in the park. The park has two camping loops. This one is Hammock Circle, and it is what I would consider the smaller loop. The campsites are a little bit larger and are situated around a bathhouse. We were scheduled to be in there for 2 weeks, or in another 2 weeks, so we decided to check out that loop just to see what it was like, and it happens to be our favorite spot. They do have a single dump station for 114 sites, and Site 36 is at the River's Edge Loop, or River's Edge Circle. What would a campground overview be without a review of the bathroom or shower house facilities? In the River's Edge Campground, you actually get a newer shower house. So if that's important to you and you want nice new stuff, book this loop. The shower house has washers and dryers along with outside sinks to wash camp dishes. The men's room actually looked extremely clean. There was a little bit of sand and dirt on the floor from people tracking things in. But there was plenty of room and clean facilities with supplies for your use. And if we move over and do another spot check just to make sure things look good, and they do this time around. They must have just cleaned it as we came through. Here's the showers. What I really like about the showers is that they have a bench and a set of hooks that are inside of a closed door, almost like a toilet stall door. And the floors were pretty clean, although I'd still recommend wearing some sort of shower shoes like flip-flops or slip-on sandals or water shoes. This particular shower house has a handicap accessible stall. The seat flips up so that you can actually get a wheelchair in there. One thing to note is that this is not available in the Hammock Circle loop, which we'll cover in the second video. So there you have it, a review of the restrooms and shower facilities. Oh, one other thing. If you have little ones and you need a diaper changing table, they have those. You don't have to use this bench or set of hooks. Just take a look at the door leading to the outside and you'll see it. If you've forgotten something or want to rent a pedal car or other bike, check out the Poolside Cafe and Camp Store.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I wonder how much it is a week.
I know. Oh. And it looks like that boat's got, you know, swimming jacuzzi.
Yeah.
That would be kind of nice because it looks like something slides over it.
Whatever you do, don't miss this cooler. They have some Magnum ice cream treats that are the bomb. If you have bikes, I recommend riding from the campsites up to the Poolside Cafe. The camp store has souvenirs, canned goods, and a variety of other supplies, including matches, the Jiffy Pop popcorn in the foil tins that expands when you put it on the fire, along with a variety of other things to make your stay more enjoyable. So if you've forgotten something, I urge you to check out the camp store portion. Oh yeah, and if you're vertically challenged like my wife, you're gonna need some help getting stuff off of the top shelves. You can also rent bikes, canoes, pedal cars, pick up wood, ice, and a variety of other supplies from the little window next door. Actually, it's in the same building. They even have helmets. That's pretty cool. Well, let's go take a look at the pool. And we'll also take you to the restrooms. There is one downside. There are no restrooms within the cafe itself. You've got to take a little bit of a hike. The pool is actually pretty large. Unfortunately, it wasn't open when we were there due to damage from Hurricane Irma. According to park staffers, the hurricane dumped 3 large trees into the pool.
It could be.
Once they got that damage fixed, they then found that lightning had struck their equipment, so they had to replace a pool pump and a bunch of other stuff. Fortunately, it's closed. Well, we finally made it to the restrooms. They're not all that far, but they're far enough that if you think you need to go, you should probably head over there. The men's room was actually quite clean and usable. So if you're concerned about bathroom facilities at this state park, you don't have anything to worry about. However, we urge you to subscribe and take a look at video number 2, the second part of this series, because things did change. Our visit was a bit different that time around. Once you enter the park, you'll find that everything is situated around a 1.5-mile one-way loop. There's ample opportunity to park your car, get out, and enjoy the trails and see nature's splendid beauty. This park contains some great specimens of Florida hammocks and swamplands, as well as prairie grass and other native vegetation. The park is situated next to its namesake, the Hillsborough River. The river has a Class 3 rapids, but also meanders along at a slow pace. You'll be able to kayak or canoe and even get some fishing in. If you're into fishing or you just want to get out and enjoy some wonderful scenery, check out Cedar Landing. It's got a large pavilion along with an outdoor amphitheater that they use to show movies, have campfires, and do other programming. There's also a retaining wall and sort of a pier that you can actually fish off of. As luck would have it on our visit, the fish were not eating the conventional stuff.
They're not eating the worms. Yeah, that's what we're using.
Wow.
You can have some hot dogs if you guys want.
You want some? We got plenty. here.
I told my son didn't eat his hot dog. I said, we can use it for the fish. He goes,
There you
"I'm
go.
going to eat a hot dog."
Yep.
Thank you.
As you can see and hear, Cedar Landing is a great place to get away from the hustle and bustle of fellow campers and experience nature. If you're thinking about coming out to Hillsborough River State Park, I urge you to do so. But I also urge you to subscribe and stick around for the second part of our series where we visit the park 2 weeks later in a very different and rainy experience. Until next time, be safe and be well. Thanks for watching.